What up, everyone? Welcome to Minorly Important, the podcast where we talk about minor league sports. We're presented by Georgetown Entertainment. I'm your host, Kevin Marlow. I'm joined here by only one co-host tonight, as everybody else is off. Dylan is in the field tonight, doing some research, and Colin's busy being a dad. So I'm joined here by Ryan. Ryan, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, Kevin. Just enjoying life right now. Had a busy Sunday, as it is Sunday. Masters Sunday.
Yeah.
Watched some golf, did some cleaning. Great day overall, Kevin. How are you?
I'm all right. Tired. So we are trying to find our sleep schedule with my daughter, but she is fantastic. I would not trade it for the world. And having a lot of fun. But we've got a lot to dive into as Ryan has got several stories that we want to talk about. Ryan and I were talking before we hopped on tonight. But first, we do want to shout out Georgetown Entertainment. Georgetown Entertainment is your top spot to go for family entertainment. They've got, arcade games. They've got bowling, as you probably already know, and also the locker room is a fantastic restaurant. Cannot tell you how much we love Georgetown Entertainment and thank them for all the support. So shout out Georgetown. All right. Well, now let's dive into it. It's been a busy week in minor league sports. We got a lot to cover. As we normally talk about the G League playoffs, haven't gotten an opportunity, and lo and behold, they're already done. So shout out the Greensboro Swarm, G League champions. They defeated the defending champs, the Stockton Kings, 2-0 in the G League finals. Keep in mind that all the way up into the finals, the playoffs are 1-game single elimination, and the finals is a best of 3. So the Swarm won 2-0, and congratulations. That's the first title for them in franchise history. So
It's really exciting.
Yeah, shout out Swarm. All right, well, and then we're going to hop right into the ECHL, where right now, I believe, after tonight's standings, if everything held true, the unofficial final in Fort Wayne right now, where our own Dylan Little was catching a game. He'll have to tell us all about it. The Comets beat the Walleye 5-4, which now should break that tie of 94 points. So that should put Fort Wayne solidly alone in first place.
I believe we have one more game than Toledo left. We have one more remaining game than Toledo. Very good.
We have one more. So with that, if the season were to end today, in the Central, it would be Fort Wayne versus the Bison and Toledo versus the Fuel. So, yeah. And that now puts Fort Wayne as the number 2 overall seed in the West. All right. And then in the North, though, the Nailers have already clinched all of that. They are the number 1 seed. They currently have 98 points. The Mariners have 93. The Royals have 82, and the Adirondack Thunder have 81, which means your defending Kelly Cup champions, Troy Rivieras, have been officially knocked out. So we will have a new champion in the ECHL.
That's right. The Ghost Pirates, less points, got in, but, because of their division.
That's one thing, I know you've got your rant here later, but I just have to say, I don't agree with how the NHL and really the ECHL sets up their playoffs. I think it should be the top 8 in both halves. I can see not having the top 16 teams in the entire NHL. I think you should still break it into East and West. But I think it should be, if you have the best, if you're the number 1 seed overall, you should play the worst seed overall. And I know technically in the NHL that happens because the worst wild card plays the best number 1 team. But still, I think that that's not necessarily the worst team because you could be the 4th best team in the NHL and have to play the best team in the NHL in the first round. And you could have, like, look at Dallas and Minnesota. They're going to play each other in the first round. I don't think that's how that should go. I really don't. I wholeheartedly think that you should have 1 play 8, 2 play 7, and so on and so forth. What are your thoughts?
I really agree. It should be the divisioning's nice, but
Mhm.
get rid of divisions, make it a conference thing. 1 versus 8, 2, 7, and so on, so on. Like you said, you're gonna have really good teams playing each other early, and it can alter the course of the playoffs. So, everyone should get the spot that they've earned, and just because you're in a stronger division, you shouldn't be
Mhm.
penalized for that.
Correct. I mean, I do like how the NBA does it. It's always 1 through 8, and then they have those
Mhm.
play-in scenarios. The only thing is if the 3 division winners make
Yeah.
it like they automatically get in, but it doesn't mean they automatically have the 1 through 3 seeding. So,
Yeah. You should get the seed that you earn, and
and I
winning a weak division isn't earning a seed.
right. Now, I do think if you win your division, you should automatically get in. So it's not always gonna be the top 8 players, but if you win your division, I don't see very many times you're not going to be in the top 8.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I think the NHL should take a page out of the NBA book and do it that way, which is not something I say very often, um, because I think the NHL has done such a great job of bringing everything, together, promoting the game, expanding the game, like, I do. I think that this is the one thing that the, NHL could take away from the NBA, and consequently, the ECHL and some of minor league sports, could as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on. So then we are heading to the South where the Everblades have locked up that division. Uh, they are back on top, 104 points, followed by the Gladiators with 91, the Stingrays with 90, and the Ghost Pirates with 74. So that division is also locked up. And then the Mountain Division that is also completely locked up. We have the Mavericks who have completely locked in the regular season champions. They have 114 points. Kansas
Wow.
City is on fire right now. I could really see it being them and the Comets in the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to say it here right now. That's my pick. I think it'll be the Comets and the Mavericks in the West. And then in the East, I think the Nailers could do it, but they've kind of been slipping as of late. I think you could see the Maine Mariners versus the Florida Everblades for the East. Going out on a limb there. Now, don't get me wrong, could completely see it being the 1 seeds from all 4 divisions making it, but that's my pick. So I definitely think it'll be Kansas City and Florida. I think those 2 will make it. I as much as it kills me to say Toledo, I think the Toledo Fort Wayne one, no matter how good each team is a toss up with that
Mhm.
rivalry when they meet in the playoffs.
Yep. You can never
So,
tell.
but we got Schmerich this year. They had him last year. We have him
That's
this year.
right.
So, yeah. So, but yeah, so moving in, the mountain is the Mavericks, the Steelheads, the Americans, and then the Night Monsters. My dark horse, I'd love to see the Night Monsters win.
Yeah, I'd love to see them in the finals. Maybe see them against the Comets and the Comets win. That'd be nice.
It'd be very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. But that's our ECHL area right now. Ryan, any news out of there? Anything worth reporting?
Um, you know, uh Nothing crazy out of the E lately. Everybody's on their best behavior as they're gearing up for that playoff push.
Mhm. We did see
Yeah.
the fastest hat trick I have ever seen from the Comets the other night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was that 3 goals and just into the second period?
No, it was like 4 minutes and some odd seconds.
Oh,
I
that's
let
that's
me
that's
let me
pretty
double
crazy.
check that.
Yeah, that that I saw there was a hat trick. I just didn't follow up on it much.
It was definitely in the first period.
First period hat trick.
Kalamazoo K-Wing. Oh, so it wasn't in the first period. So William Dufour scored all 3 goals in the span of 3 minutes and 30 seconds in the second period.
Oh, dang, that's insane.
So, yeah.
I would. That's like right up there with the Everglades player that had 4 goals in a period. But that's a whole period. You're talking 3 goals in like just over
3
3 minutes.
It's like
That's crazy.
almost a goal a minute.
Yeah, that gets
It's
yeah.
a goal a minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, if only we'd have got one more. Yeah. Oh, Kalamazoo. Yes. Yeah, Kalamazoo, Billick was suspended for discipline as a major penalty in game misconduct for slashing in the third period. Um, Readings, Mikhail Ribido was suspended indefinitely pending a hearing. Um, he was suspended for kneeing. Pretty bad. It has to be pretty bad to get a knee for that. South Carolina's head coach David Warsofsky. Yeah, David Warsofsky has been fined an undisclosed amount for getting his game misconduct and throwing the water bottles at the refs. I saw that. Oh, that was great. He was just chugging water bottles onto the ice, and in the ECHL, it's really funny because you don't always have your bench that's right behind you, so he had to walk on the ice to get off the bench, and he's just letting the refs have it the whole time. That was a
That's
good clip. I think we should,
great.
if we can find that and get that pulled up for our viewers. I remember watching that, just laughing hysterically as this coach is throwing stuff on the ice.
That is that
I
is
don't know. I
great.
don't know how you don't get suspended for that. Like, you know, but slashing and kneeing is like actual physical harm. Throwing stuff on the ice is just hilarious.
Yes.
Um, Speaking of coaches, we'll transition into the UFL. Ted Ginn Jr. Kind of had a double loss this weekend. Uh, as they lost today, the Columbus Aviators lost to Dallas Renegades 23-28 without their head coach, as Ted Ginn Jr. got a DUI last night and was unable to coach in today's game. So,
Dang.
takes a double L. Luckily nobody was hurt. That's if somebody was hurt, we want to be laughing about it, but DUIs are serious matters. But I mean, talk about a stressful season. Like, you're on the road, not even at home. You're on the road the night before a game. You're out there having a few too many and getting yourself in trouble. So that double loss there for Ted Ginn Jr. Drops his team and the rankings to 0-3 to start the year. So we got first place Dallas Renegades 3-0, second tied for first Orlando Storm 3-0, St. Louis Battlehawks and the DC Defenders, the home of the Beer Snake, both 2-1. Houston Gamblers and Birmingham Stallion 1-2, and then you got the Columbus Aviators and the Louisville Kings, Lowville Kings, however he wants to pronounce it. Dylan's not here to correct us, so we're gonna call it the Louisville. So yeah, Dylan's not here to correct us, so we're gonna call it the Louisville Kings. Interesting, some 60-yard field goals were hit this weekend out of the UFL. So
Let's go.
yeah, 4 points, and they're anything 60 plus yards is worth of an additional point.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like that. And that's why I wish it would go to the NFL, strictly because we have Brendan Aubrey who can bomb it, who
yeah,
is, you
a
know,
former UFL
yep,
kicker.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because we would get more points than what
yeah,
and the Cowboys could use more points.
they could always use more
So
points.
yeah,
But yeah, no. So there's been some some really good plays coming out of the UFL. I got to see. I was watching today's game with Dallas and Columbus, and got to see former first round pick Taco Charlton playing today, number 33 for
Nice.
Dallas.
Reminds
He
me of Taco Fall from the G League, but
yeah,
NBA.
Taco Charlton out of the University of Michigan. It was real sloppy football today, which hasn't been the case for the UFL as of late. But that game was really sloppy, but had a really good finish. So make sure you check out the UFL.
Let's go.
Yeah, some future and
So,
former NFL players. Tua's brother, Tulia, threw a pick six last night.
really?
So, carrying on the torch for the Tagovailoa family. You know, not being really good at quarterback. Better than me, I suppose, because they're getting paid to do it, but
Yeah.
not for much longer. That'll be making the same amount of passes every year.
Oh, shoot.
Uh, Good times. No, but yeah, so good times in the UFL. So make sure you check out some games.
Yeah. No. All right. Well, then let's move on to the USL. Some big news for us here for our good friends at Fort Wayne FC. The other night got their first win as
Yeah,
a pro club. They beat Chattanooga Red Wolves. They beat them 1-0. What was crazy is that we got a red card in extra time.
very good.
It wasn't, it was either extra time or like right there at the closing. But then also, as he was going off, I'm not quite sure what happened, but one of Chattanooga's coaches, it might have been their head coach, I'm not positive, also got a red card as he was leaving, or as our player was leaving. I don't know what happened. We'll have to ask some people, some of our friends over at Fort Wayne FC, which would be really, really cool. But speaking of that, it is going hardcore right now. Right now, FC Naples, which is who Fort Wayne played their first ever pro game against, right now is leading the pack with 13 points. And then right behind them is the Spokane Velocity with 13 points as well. Then followed by Union Omaha, it has 12. Knoxville has 11. Westchester has 7. Greenville has 6. Forward Madison has 6, and the New York Cosmos has 6, and those are the 8 that would be in the playoffs right now. So
Very good.
Fort Wayne sitting at 13 with 4, so not far outside that playoff spot. And as things keep going, keep in mind they haven't had a home game, and they won't have a home game till what, the second?
Yeah, we're still just under a month away from the first home game. I'm excited.
Oh yeah,
I I don't know. I don't think I haven't heard anything on the drumming this year, so I don't think we're gonna
yeah.
be. I don't think I'm gonna be in
Well,
line to drum.
if it makes you feel any better, I haven't either. So
Oh well, there we go. There we
yeah,
go. So maybe Kevin and I will be there drumming
yep.
occasionally.
Well, if
I don't
not,
know
we will
what the.
definitely be there from a media standpoint, giving you guys all the action. Um,
Yeah. I haven't bought tickets yet because I was hoping to be a drummer, but if I'm not a drummer, I'll be a meteor.
yeah.
Huh? 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 Huh?
So,
Meteor?
just real quickly, was doing some searching through some of my. I have a Black Diamond Ryan Nugent Hopkins card too. I don't know if
Ooh,
I've told you about that. PSA doesn't have a guess on how much that's worth.
that's very good. That's very good. And he's been playing well as of late, so this could be that could be a diamond in the rough
Yeah, yeah.
that you found.
So I'm just kind of going through all of my inserts here and just seeing like what might be. I do think at some point.
You
I
could
do
just
think
send
at
it.
some point that I know it's got some corners, but I do think at some point Ovi will be worth something.
Yeah, we can send that in. Hopefully it comes back at 10. I've seen a lot more die casts. Their die cuts come back to 10. It
So
all depends.
they
PSAs.
yeah. Well, hey, who knows? Matt Bedard's actually in pretty good shape.
That Bedard was in good shape. I was excited to send that in. Not as excited to buy that to buy to buy that whatever that PSA slab from GameStop for $62. That was only worth like 25, but
21. $21.
21. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I
So,
that did not sell this weekend at the show. So if anybody's interested in it, PSA 10 Tony Gwynn from the 80s.
yeah.
Anybody's interested in that, you can send us a DM and we'll mail
Yep.
it to you.
DM will get you taken care of. Yeah. So no, just kind of going through some of them. I do have a Vassy. I do have an Ooh La La Vassy. So we'll see if
Ooh
he
la la.
wins. Yeah.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
I had one of his autographs once. Sold it. I haven't had
Yeah.
hockey on my table in a long time.
Maybe I'll have to take care of that. I don't think
Yeah.
that one's worth much, but
It's pretty neat. It's a
yeah,
neat looking card. May not be worth much, but
it's not
that's the thing with
focusing.
cards. Yeah, it's not. It's like me, it can't focus. Speaking of cards, we're gonna start Ryan's rants a little early.
That's
I
fine.
like when it's just Kevin and I can just like I'm gonna start the section. Kevin normally starts the section, but you know what? He can edit it to put it in the order that he wants it.
Nope. We like to do this like it. This is what we like. We like it to
Yeah.
be just a natural conversation, which is also weird because we haven't covered the AHL, which, spoiler alert, the San Diego Gulls have made the playoffs. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. Hey, the Ducks might make the playoffs.
Oh, it's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Ducks, Gulls, and Comets are all bringing home the cup. Go ahead and put $5. Go ahead and put $5 on that parlay and see if you can retire at the end of the year.
I do think this might be another one that I send in is
That's fancy.
Brock Faber.
Yep, I've been sending in some lots of Michael Jordans and a lot of Otanis are what I'll be sending in.
Oh, you got some Yoshis? Can I?
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you were saying you had some Yoshis.
The baseball player, Shohei Ohtani. Picked up one of his rookies. I got a PSA 9, a rookie card of his. It's a $200 card.
Dang.
Got it for $150. So, from a friend. It's not quite a $200 card. It's anywhere from $140 to $200. So we settled on $150, and took care of him and got me a graded Ohtani rookie, my second one. So
Dang.
keep that going.
Yeah. Also got a piece of history here. A Seeing Red Zucker. Piece of history because he is wearing his Coyotes jersey.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about Kevin's semi-okay card collection. Thanks, Ryan, for starting this hobby.
Yeah, it's only a black hole of money. So, sorry to Kevin's daughter for not having your college fund because dad spent it all on cards. But if he hits that one, he's gonna be rich.
Well, so not long before we found out she was here is when I bought that set of Bedard rookie cards. So if that comes back a 9, if that Bedard rookie card comes back a 9, what I spend, was it $20 for the set? 20 or 30, 25. No, it was 25 because I split the difference because he said it had a bent corner, kind of slight ding in the corner, which I didn't say this when I was looking at it, but I didn't see much. You were the one. It's very minimal.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on what kind of mood PSA is in that day, on if you're gonna get an 8, 9, or 10. Because we've seen some horrible looking cards come back from them at 10, and some fantastic cards come back like an 8.
So it's a
You never
gamble.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I do, like I said, there are a couple, like I do want to send in the Brock Faber and I do want to send in the I do wanna send in the Ovi. I think the OV one would be good, and that Ryan Nugent Hopkins one would probably be really good. I do think that the Hellebuck one would be that it's that bottom left corner that you and I were talking about. I don't
Yeah.
think that one's who knows, maybe at some point, but it's really crazy how, like, with these phones now that you can, like, zoom in
Mhm.
and really get that stuff, but
Yeah, it's really been helpful on getting, with grades. It's helped me,
yeah.
decide what cards to send in and what cards not to. Because I won't send a Jordan in unless it has a chance of getting a 8, 9, or 10.
Yeah.
Even 8s, if it has no chance of a 9 or 10, I'm not sending it in, but if it's looking like it could get a 9 or 10, it's gonna go in.
Yeah, I'm really sad because you and I were talking about because you're like, "You should really send in that Jordan card that you have from your childhood," and then we looked at it, and even at a 10, it's, like, worth, like, $5.
Yeah, I mean, not every Michael Jordan card should be graded, but, you know, I'm still gonna grade a lot of Jordan cards because I'm a big Jordan fan.
Yeah, let's see. Trying to see what this Ovechkin one would be. It's SS21. There is no grade for it. There is
Oh,
no
so in a pop one, you can ask for whatever you want.
so there's only one known to PSA. The population has 1 on the PSA app, and it's a 6. That will be way that'll beat that 6.
Yeah, I say that should get an 8. I think 8 or 9. There's just that one spot that's a little suspect, but I would think that could get an 8. So, an 8 in, if there's none higher, then it's gonna fetch a premium. So that's what a lot of people look at in cards. So PSA 10, you could almost say 2.5 to 3 times multiplier of what a PSA 9 sells for,
Right.
even an ungraded card. Um, so if you have a card selling for $100 and you send it and it comes back at 10, you should be able to get 250 to 300 out of that card every time.
Maybe we'll start a whole new series of, Ryan and Kevin's, like, card
Degenerate card collectors. Sounds
um,
fun.
that might be the beginning of, minorly important card breaks. What I do have is I have an entire, I can't remember what team it is, but one of my good friends used to, manage a minor league baseball team, and I have the entire team, card set. I have both an unopened and an open set, so we could go through that entire card set one time and see who is good now, like what minor league stars they had that made it up to the big leagues.
That'd be exciting. We could definitely do that.
Yeah, no, that'd be another cool thing with some of these cards is to like find the ones that aren't worth anything, but like look at their minor league history to see who like pull a random card out of our collection and see what their EHL or ECHL or AHL career looked like, or their G League career, or their minor league baseball career, or even like their UFL.
Yeah, that'd be really neat. We should do that.
So
That
that's
sounds like
how
a good plan.
yeah, that's how we'll tie cards into this whole thing. All
Yeah.
right. But moving back on to like actual minor league sports, the AHL, like we were talking about, had some surprises this year. So clearly, as we have stated several times, the Griffins are way out in front. Um,
Yes.
they right now. Oh, the Griffins don't have the best record anymore.
Whoa. They pulled a Red Wings then.
They have the second best record in the AHL. So, in the league right now, the number 1 overall record belongs to your Providence Bruins with 110 points. The Griffins trail them with 103. The
Well, they've lost
Bruins have
15 games now.
yeah.
And
Remember
yeah,
what we
they
said? That, like, I think they peaked way too early.
they did just like the Red Wings.
Who have been eliminated from the playoffs. So, out
Sorry,
of
Colin. Sorry,
this
Dylan.
So out of this podcast, the only team that will make the playoffs that has a hope is Ryan's Ducks. And I'm
Quack
not gonna
quack.
lie, I will root for the Ducks. I do have a '90s CCM mascot jersey.
Nice.
I have it's the white with the teal and the purple. Um,
Yeah.
it might actually be the movie jersey from CCM as opposed to the team jersey because it doesn't have shoulder patches.
Ah, yes.
I got it
I'm
for
looking.
$20.
I mean, that's a piece of
Oh,
hockey history there.
I love that.
Looking over at my Mighty Ducks collection. I get my Timo Solani autographed puck. Um, my Adam Banks and Goldberg autograph Funko Pops. I'm looking at right
So
now.
there is a $40 piece that I want to buy, but I a lot of stuff going on. Um, it is a commemorative puck, but it's crystal, and it is filled with the ice from PPG Arena from Connor
Mm,
Bedard's first game, and I really want that one. I did get a friend who's a huge Penguins fan. Um, you all might know him because he used to be on this podcast. We won't go into it. But I got him. He's a huge Penguins fan, so I got him Fleury's last game. I got him the same thing. It's the crystal puck filled with the ice, the melted
that's
ice
nice.
from Fleury's last game. Which I'm not even a Penguins fan. I just love hockey, and I kind of wanted that puck because Fleury is just a gem. I love Marc Andre Fleury. I want him to go like play in the ECHL as a joke. I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Comet sign Marc Andre Fleury, and then it's like, hey, we've sent out the Oilers send down some huge prospect, and we're like, nah, sorry, he's not playing. We
Yeah.
got Fleury.
Yes.
The Oilers would be
That'd
like,
be a
we're gonna
good time.
call him up. No, we got Fleury.
It's a one way.
Yep.
There's no two
But
ways in this contract.
yeah, no. So, anyways, this is what happens when it's just Ryan and I. We get caught off in these tangents, but it makes for great clips.
It does. It does.
Yeah. So, anyways, looking around, we're just gonna do this in conferences. So in the West, the Griffins are winning with 103 points, followed by the Reign with 97. The Eagles have 93. Those cup stealing Colorado Eagles. However, they do have a really good equipment guy, that they stole from the Comets. So
That's right.
they steal cups and they steal equipment guys. All right. And then followed in fourth place are the Silver Knights with 87. The Firebirds are in fifth with 84. The Barracudas have 82 points in sixth. The Condors have 82 points in seven. And then the Wolves are in eighth place with 81 points. And in ninth place is the San Diego Gulls. And then in 10th place, oh, hold on. Yeah. So, like, the entire Western Conference pretty much has almost clinched a playoff spot. The
Yes.
Gulls in ninth. The Stars in 10th have also clinched with 76 points. The Manitoba Moose. I'm sorry. That is one of the best names in minor league sports.
It is a very good name.
74. Anybody from Manitoba, we would love to rock some Manitoba Moose stuff on this podcast. That is my the Rockford Ice Hogs are not in the playoffs. I'm rolling with the Manitoba Moose and the San Diego Gulls. Well, and I guess I have to root for the Condors because it's the Comets affiliate. But for Ryan's sake, I will root for the the Gulls and then the Manitoba Moose. Shout out Manitoba.
Yeah.
And then the Roadrunners are in 12th, but haven't clinched a playoff spot. But the Admirals in 13th have. So those are your yeah. So the Admirals have 71 points. The Roadrunners have 72. Heading over to the East, the Bruins, like I said, 110 points, followed by the Penguins with 97. Checkers have 91. The Rockets have 90. The Crunch have 87. The Monsters have 79. The Marlies have 78. Islanders with 72. And then that's all in the East that have clinched playoff spots.
Yeah, they have some important games coming up, it would appear.
So, yeah. But that's the AHL right now. Um, so Ryan, you want to hit your rant real quick?
Yeah. Well, I was at a card show yesterday. Um, we're having a good time. I was there, my wife is there, and a couple buddies set up with us. So we had a few good tables going. You're making some good deals, having a great time. Well, then we see some police officers walk over, kind of in the aisle next to us and by the corner, and there's these three older gentlemen, and then there's these not old, probably like 40s, late 40s, standing there, and these two kids are like just crying, two like maybe 10-year-old kids. Um, so what we could, by listening, because it was right by us, it was kind of a dead time at the show, it was towards the
Yeah.
end. We were just kind of listening to what was going on. The dads of the kids, you could tell, were getting kind of heated. And then the guy who had the table that, this whole issue was brought around, basically, um, made it sound like there was a trade made from one of the kids to the table um, for a very, very expensive card. It sounds like the very expensive card was owned by the dad of one of the kids, and the guy was not willing to trade back.
Oh.
So the dad had to purchase the card back from the guy. Um, and it also sounds like the trade was not a very fair trade at all. Um, which kind of gets me into my rant of one, stop giving your kids expensive cards. Okay? If you give your kid an expensive card, they're going to sell it or trade it for a stupid deal. Like, they're not going to win the deal. Okay? Two, stop letting your kids run free at card shows because they're going to cost you money. If a kid damages a card, if a kid steals a card, whatever, that all comes back on you as the parent. So, use the card show to walk around with your kid, to show them cards, look at cards together. If you're watching them, odds are they're not going to steal something unless you're having them steal, and then that's a whole different problem. You should not be
Yeah.
a parent. You shouldn't be a parent or be at card shows. So yeah, just quit letting kids run free at card shows because they always cost money to the parents. They make dumb deals. I a lot of times will not trade with kids unless it's a really cheap card for a really cheap card, because I have been to the point where I had a guy come back to me and ask if we could trade back, and I'm like, yes, because I know you are the adult in the situation. It was like a $20 card for like $4 or $5 cards. So like I traded them $4 or $5 cards, but he wanted the I don't, it was one of those like it was a fairish deal. But at the same time, when the dad came back and was like, "Yeah, they weren't supposed to trade that," I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, that's no problem." He ended up buying the cards that the kids wanted anyway, so he just kept the card. But it was really annoying because it's like, if you don't want that card to be traded or sold, you shouldn't have your kid walking around the show with it.
Yeah. No.
Um, yeah, and then so that kind of that was very interesting. Ended up the guy went to the ATM and had to withdraw like $1,200 out of the ATM to pay this dude. And I think there was like even like a Venmo.
$1,200.
Yeah, it was like it. Yeah. So it caused some issues. So we don't know like 100% the whole story, but that was just kind of the things we were picking up from, listening when we weren't busy. But yeah, yeah. So that guy let his kid run free, cost him $1,200.
But,
Um,
like, I've also seen you at a card show where a kid came to you and made a deal for a card, like, with his cards, like,
yeah,
they were his, and I even watched you, like, go, "Is that your card or is that your dad?" Like, "No, these are my cards." Like, you
yeah,
checked. Now, the kid could be lying through his teeth, but
yeah, and that's the thing. So like, I will not rip someone off. Like,
no,
if I'm trading with a kid, it's gonna be a cheap card for cheap cards. Like that $20 thing, that was like, to some people, $20 is a cheap card, but like that was like the high of like the end I will trade with a kid for.
for crying out loud,
Yeah,
Ryan, you've given me cards that I'm like, "Why are you giving me these?"
yeah,
Like, you don't you're almost too I don't wanna say too nice, you're not too nice, but, like, you're
yeah.
very
Well,
generous.
and it's about the hobby. I don't sell cards to make money. I don't make money selling cards. I put it back into my card collection. So that's where it is. Like there are people who this is their business, it's their
Mhm.
life, their livelihood, and for those people it worries me because there's only so much money to go around in the card world. But no, so
Like
I give lots of stuff away, but don't I also don't like making big deals with people who it may or may not be their card to make the deal with.
right, no, and I wholeheartedly agree, and, like, though us doing some of these, like, card breaks on here, if we were to sell anything, it would just be to reinvest into the segment of
Mhm.
these minorly important card breaks. Like, we do get sponsorship money from like other things, and we would probably put money into that. But like, we're not going to sell these cards and then divvy up the money and go, here you go, Ryan, here's your $20. Colin, here's your $20.
Yeah.
Like no, like if anything, it's just if at some point we sell any cards from the podcast, it's strictly going to be put right back into creating content for you guys. Like that's the whole point of this. Like, and that's why we talk about this stuff is because like Ryan is that's what Ryan does as a hobby. And we want to bring it up to first off, we let Ryan talk on a podcast about his hobby because he loves talking about this stuff. But it's also
Absolutely.
like it teaches like I'm learning. Like I would have thought instantly that this Brock Faber is one of he was the second best rookie of unfortunately Connor Bedard was also that year. And so almost won the Calder as a defenseman and was really has a lot of points. He's gonna rock Team USA for the next Olympics. Like Brock Faber is going to be fantastic. Also, that Minnesota Wild team, I think, could surprise people in the playoffs. Uh, but I would have thought this would have been great, and then Ryan showed me tools, and, like, I just looked, and somebody's selling this exact card for ungraded for $2.
Yeah. And so that's where it goes. There is money to be made in sports cards, but you gotta spend money to make money,
Yep,
and we're not gonna do that. So unless we get super lucky one day, then maybe we will, who knows? But no, so just keep an eye on your kids, like let them have fun, but know where they are, know what they're doing, because
and
that is
also,
a case where that's an expensive lesson.
if this is your hobby and your kids are going around, first off, I'll rant on this. Shame on you if you're sending your kid to go make a deal for you, so because you think somebody as nice as Ryan is going to cut them a deal that you wouldn't get cut and give them a I shame on you. That's horrible. But also, then if you're doing that, then don't get upset when your kid gets screwed over because somebody like Ryan's not on the other end of the table.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people I have seen people at the card shows I set up at. They they will take advantage and they're gonna make money on the
Mhm.
deal. You have a kid that takes a $50 card over to him, the kid doesn't know any better, the kid might walk away with $20, and that dude's gonna have a $30 profit.
Yep. Yeah, no. And also, make it a fun thing with you and your kid. Like, walk around with them. Like, I did see a dad walking around with his son, and you made the deal with the dad. It was for some helmets, I think, and some
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
cards.
Yep.
Yeah, and, like, teach your kids so when they're older, they know, like, "Hey," and, like, he looked it up on like, he showed his son, like, he was looking it up on the phone, like, "Hey, these are" like, "Yep, looks like you have a fair price," like, and that's the other thing that I would say. If I'm going to a different card spot than Ryan, because I know Ryan's not gonna screw me over, and if he does, it's one of my best friends, so I don't really care. I'm giving Ryan more money, but, like
Good to know. I'm
yeah.
gonna carry some stickers with me next time. Like, "Oh, here comes Kevin." Put a 0 on the end of that.
No, but, like, look it up. Look because some of these guys, like Ryan said, this is their livelihood, so they're going to their whole point is to aim high for that and try to, or lowball you when buying something. So know
Yeah.
your product.
Yeah, like, and then I have a friend who, he sells cards, and his dad is in the business world, and they always have these back and forths where the dad will say, "You have to win the deal. You have to take advantage. You have to win the deal." And that's not how it works in the card world. If you're known as the guy that takes advantage of people or screws people over, people are going to avoid you. I know plenty of people who can no longer buy or sell cards in the reputable community because people on Facebook know they call them scammers.
Yep,
More or less, they are a scammer. But like, yeah, you tarnish your reputation. People that know you personally know because in the card world, everyone's friends or everybody knows each other. So there's
not
been people
necessarily
who,
friends, but
yeah, yeah, people that I've met through the card world that no longer can do anything with cards because they're not allowed at shows,
mhm,
and the people who are buying and selling online are typically the same people at shows, and they know those people are scammers. So they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to deal with you."
right. Nope,
So,
but so that's
and
Ryan's rant. Oh, go ahead.
oh, then the Pokemon article that you sent us. I mean, a shooting in a Kroger parking lot. Like, are you kidding me?
Over
If you're
cards.
Yeah, if you're old enough to carry a gun, you shouldn't be fighting over Pokemon cards.
Yep.
Like,
It's so dumb. A
think
pack
about it
out
that
of a
way.
vending machine. Like, that is so dumb, and that just reiterates the last Ryan's rant, so,
Yeah, you
yep,
are now gonna go to prison because of a pack of Pokemon cards.
yep,
Relations.
yeah, it's so dumb,
Wow. I think it was
but
what's that, Indianapolis or something?
somewhere in that yeah, I
I
think.
was like in Indiana. I was like, yeah, we're making the news for bad stuff again.
Jeez,
Now,
so
Pokemon
dumb.
cards are for children. I understand there's people out there that are making money selling them for outrageous profits, but
Mhm,
like at the end of the day, Pokemon is intended for children.
and then there are people like Dylan Little who has some of the rarest cards in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's not buying or selling, he's just keeping. Like, I do have a collection of old Pokemon cards
yep,
that is from my childhood, just like Dylan. Okay. If I go out and get Pokemon cards now, I'll sell them at a reasonable, like, if I buy them because I collect some still, I'll sell them at a reasonable price. I don't sell unopened boxes. If I buy a box, I'm opening the box.
and that's part of, like that's part of the fun, like,
Yeah.
is opening and seeing what you get, like and that's why us as adults are doing, like, hockey cards and football cards and stuff like that, because we now have money that we didn't have when we were kids and can
Yeah.
buy these cards, and it's us, like, opening it up and just being like, "Oh, sweet, look what I got," and then having the adult mind to go, "I don't need this," and selling.
Yeah. Now there are cards I keep, cards I sell, but
Uh-huh,
for the most part, like, I have a pretty decent collection of cards and memorabilia,
uh-huh.
but I also like have other bills I have to pay. So,
Oh, yeah, and we gotta fund the podcast.
and we got fun the podcast, so we're
Yep.
gonna hopefully Hopefully one day we'll pull a one of one Otani rookie and we can fund the podcast for a while.
I'm gonna go with that because of Otani's nickname of Yoshi. Here's my rant. So we did this cute little announcement when my wife was pregnant for our daughter. At that point, we didn't know what we were having, and later we thought we were having a son. We did this whole Mario. It's a me, another Marlow. We did this whole Mario thing. So Mario's kind of been our thing. Well, Mario came out like the week that one of the weeks that I was home with on leave. I went to the theater 2 days after the movie had dropped to buy the Yoshi popcorn bucket. I was going to spend way too much money on the Yoshi popcorn bucket. They were sold out, and the guy was annoyed when I asked. I asked if they had the metal bucket, and the commemorative metal bucket. No. Do you have any of the Mario memorabilia, like cups or no? 2 days after the movie opened. And you
Yeah.
know what? That wasn't a bunch of families going in and go, "Let's buy the Yoshi popcorn bucket."
Yep. I bet that's
That
on
was
eBay.
Yep.
Bet you can find them on eBay right
Oh, yeah,
now.
yeah. No, same thing happened, like, I loved Ghostbusters as a kid, so I wanted to buy
Hmm.
the Ecto-1 when the last Ghostbusters came out. Nope. Was gone a day after it came out. Like, and I see them on eBay for now granted, they're like $50 when you go to buy them. You get a free large popcorn plus the bucket, so you're paying, like, whatever the outrageous popcorn fee is plus, like,
Hmm.
$30 for the bucket, but, like, I wanted to have it, and it was just like, "Really?" Like, people are
Yes.
it's so stupid. So, that's Kevin's, or that's Ryan's rants with Kevin,
Yeah. Yeah.
tonight. So,
That's what you get when there's only two of us. You're gonna get random things.
yeah.
But stop supporting scalpers, people.
Yeah.
It's people that are buying to resell that same product without doing anything to it. It's one
Mhm.
thing, you open it, you pull a good card and you sell it. But to say, hey, here's this unopened box that I bought from Walmart, so you couldn't buy it there, so you have to buy it from me at this gouged price.
Mhm.
If people quit supporting scalpers, guess what? There'd be no scalpers. It'd be fantastic. But no, as a society, we are too stupid to understand that.
Yeah, no, that's why when I bought the strict, like, Upper Deck Connor Bedard pack that, like, just has a bunch of, like, Connor Bedard cards from, like, his I think they've got different moments in, like, one was, like, his draft year, one was his, like, World Juniors and stuff like that. I looked at all the prices, and some people were selling them for $100 because apparently the big card has not been found yet. So it's somewhere in the remaining packs of these. I found a guy that was selling it for like $30 on eBay. Now, it was a little bit more than what you would have paid for it in the store, but it wasn't much. Like, I wasn't going to buy the guy that was selling it for $80, you know,
Yeah, no, those guys suck.
like, so. All right. Well, then let's now that we're done with the rant, let's get into the news. Uh we have a rematch for the cup in the APHL. The Buffalo Tempest will take on the Summit City Distillers in a rematch of last year for the Governor's Cup Finals. And we are working right now to be at, I think it's game 3 that will be here in Fort Wayne. We're still trying to get everything dialed in because it literally just happened a few hours ago. But we are working with the team right now to have a live stream pregame show, plus like everything we've done from the other ones where we get to go in and do that. And with some new stuff that we've got, it's hopefully going to be a lot better setup this time. Um,
And we get to go visit
Ryan might
uh,
be visiting some pizza.
I'm
So
gonna be getting
yeah.
some pizza. So they better have this game. They better make it into 3 games. Okay, because
Yeah.
I want to go eat some delicious pizza and watch some great hockey.
So but speaking of the APHL and our good old friends, the Toledo Swarm,
Yes.
something happened in the round one between the Swarm and the team that the Distillers just took out tonight, the Western Michigan Sentinels. Holy crap. So after that game, apparently there was a fight that included fans and players and all that, to where the APHL has suspended the Swarm for the 26-27 season. And
Yeah.
this is the official statement from the from the APHL. For immediate release, APHL suspends Toledo Swarm for the 2026-2027 season. The American Premier Hockey League, APHL, today announced the suspension of the Toledo Swarm franchise for the upcoming 2026-2027 season. This decision was not made lightly. After thorough review, the league identified serious and ongoing concerns regarding player safety, which remains the APHL's highest priority. Specifically, the Swarm organization demonstrated a lack of accountability in upholding and enforcing player safety standards, an essential responsibility for every team in the league. Toledo was one of the original founding teams in the APHL, and this decision was not made easily. We want to thank Toledo for its efforts and commitment to the APHL for the last 3 years and wish the organization great success in the future endeavors. Our responsibility is to protect the players and the integrity of the game. When those standards are not consistently met, we must take action. The Toledo Swarm will not participate in league play during the 2026-2027 season. However, the organization will have the opportunity to apply for re-entry into the APHL for the 2027-2028 season. Any future reinstatement will require clear evidence of improved operations with a strong and verified commitment to player safety and league standards. The APHL understands that the impact this decision has on fans, players, and the Toledo hockey community. The league remains committed to ensuring a safe, competitive, and professional environment across all member teams. Further updates regarding the Toledo market and future opportunities will be shared at a later date.
Yeah, it
They
wasn't
didn't
too
really
too
give us
long.
any info into what happened, but it was
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah. I just want to point out that, you know, we like really had to dig to like say nice things about Toledo because like we bashed on them a lot. This is where we say we told you so, viewers. I mean, like, well, it doesn't surprise me that it happened with Toledo. Um,
With
after
that
everything,
franchise.
yeah,
With
with
that
that
franchise.
franchise,
Like,
even with the new owners, like,
yeah,
yeah,
I like, we give the walleye crap, but it's still a class act organization. Like, the reason we give so much guff to them is because we're Comets fans, and that's our
yeah,
rival. That's like a Toronto Maple Leafs fan uh giving crap to a Montreal Canadiens fan. Like that's they still respect each other. And like I said, the city of Toledo and the Walleye organization, they're class acts. We give them grief because we're Comets fans and it's our rival. But they're still great.
yeah,
This is unacceptable. If what I have heard, and I don't want to spout rumors. I do know that fans were involved. I do know that they started a fight, like a bench clearing brawl at the end. This is what I have heard. I do know that in the locker room of us celebrating our championship in beer league, uh, we have Distillers GM is our team captain. So Dustin Neuschwander is our team captain, and they were watching and they were talking about it already in the locker room that night that it happened. So like this is crazy. And if you also revert back to what happened last season between the Distillers and at that point the Toledo Mobsters, like this lack of care And that's not even the first time that there was an incident. The first ever home game for the Summit City Distillers, there was an incident with a fan between the Toledo mobsters, and that fan went down to talk smack. Was that probably the right thing to do? No. But Toledo blew a lead and the Distillers won their first ever home game. Like it was great. It was a lot of fun, like packed house, and he went down and he talked some crap and they started trying to like fight him and then tried to press charges against that fan for throwing hands.
Always a good time.
Yeah. Look at that organization. So the common denominator there is that organization. I've covered games with the Distillers. I've never seen them, like, any of their fans or anything like that, get into it with another team like that. I've watched the, games between the Distillers and the Sentinels, and the Sentinels have never done anything that I've seen. Like, there have been some weird, like, there have been some, on ice, like, tilts and stuff like that, but afterwards, everything's great. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen it. The common denominator here was that, Toledo organization, and it clearly wasn't the owners because they sold it, and it still happened. So,
Mhm.
nah,
Yep.
that's crazy. But like I said, we will be covering the APHL going here into the finals. Gonna work with the team. We might do a live stream during the this next weekend. We'll let you know to see just hop on, kind of watch the game with you guys and yeah, just kind of cover it before the finals. So, all right. So with that, it's time for our closing question. And Ryan, it's just you and me.
Hey, that was a quick one.
Yeah. So with that, if you could change one thing about minor league sports, what would you change?
Um, I would probably get a more consistent media presence, like more consistently on an easily accessible TV. Flow Sports is garbage. Like we struggle with that day in and day out. Trying to watch the Comets. You know, but I don't know. I feel like if they created like a minor league network with how many minor league sports there are, I'm sure they would get enough viewers to jump in to pay for them. But like, yeah, I something that's better and more reliable than Flow Sports because I mean, as Comet fans, I don't know how many times I go to watch and you can't hear anything or the stream's cutting in and out or it's whatever
That is one
blurry.
thing that I will give to the NBA G League and really the USL.
Hmm.
Their streams have been fantastic.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's that they're on ESPN Plus, so it
Hmm.
has to be. So they've got ESPN's backing on that. But you actually took exactly what I was gonna say. Like that thing there is that they need to have a better presence, um, more accessible to their fans. And I know some people like Kalamazoo has like a shows just their games for free to people in that area. So, like, I can't remember exactly how it works, but they have a different way than Flow, so you can
Yeah.
see Kalamazoo games, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Well, the Comets used to be on like the CW or whatever.
Mhm. I
Um,
wish, like, heck that we could, like you could do that. I wish you could have different like, your team more of minor league teams would do that, that their, like, community had access to at least a handful of games. I do know that we've gotten a couple free games from,
mhm.
this year, but it sucks.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where I would be. Just make it
Mhm.
easier for us to watch. Like, we try to watch a lot of games. I mean, the UFL is on CBS and NBC and ABC, and so it's all over. Like, it's
So
easily
you've gotta
accessible.
have at least one of those streaming services.
Yeah. Well, or you have an antenna that works. Like,
Yeah.
I guess
Yep.
having cable, you can watch it. So, yeah. So there's some leagues that are doing it really well. G League, the UFL. I mean, I know they're funded a lot more, but like,
Well, it's the NBA that has
yeah,
the G League, but the G League you have some games that are strictly on NBA TV or ESPN Plus.
Mhm.
But most of them, if you go to the gleague.com, you can pull it up and it's on like Facebook or YouTube. Like you can
Yeah.
watch the game. And then if the banana ball, every game is free.
Mhm.
And I cannot say how incredibly like interested I am as to how they still continue to make as much money as they do.
Because they sell out every single game, and it's like you have to
Because
do a
they've
lottery for
figured it out.
tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
because they
figured it out.
figured it out. And, like, hats off to, Jesse Cole, the founder of Banana Ball and the Savannah Bananas. He has his whole fans first mentality has been incredible. Every sports market should take a look at that because that came from a failed minor league sports club in Savannah. He bought what used to be the Savannah Sandgnats, who up and moved out of Savannah. He bought that stadium, rebuilt it, created Banana Land, created a team that was competing in different minor league baseball, was doing some of this stuff that he could do along with the rules, and then goes, screw it, I'm going to do my own thing, and then built arguably the best baseball league in the country. Like, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I love the MLB, I love minor league baseball, traditional baseball, like, I played baseball as a kid, I love traditional baseball, but this is entertaining from a fan's perspective, the fact that what you see is what you pay. You don't have to factor in tax, you don't have to factor in any ticket fees. If it says this T-shirt is $35, you pay $35,
Mhm.
and it is a free thing.
Yes.
Like, you can watch the games for free.
Yep.
You can have some games on ESPN Plus. You will have some games on Disney Plus. You'll have some games on like other things, but every game is free on YouTube because they can.
Yes. Everybody else should take note.
Yep. But all right. Well, what was going to be kind of a short episode, Ryan and I have now done a longer episode. So with that, I think it's time that Ryan and I stop ranting. And
That's right.
yeah, this whole episode was basically a Ryan's and Kevin's rant with some
Yeah.
minor league stats sprinkled into it, but
That's right. That's right. We kept it.
yeah.
Kept it around the. We kept it in the realm of what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yep. So, all right. Well, with that, Ryan, what do we say?
Cue the music.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Bye guys. Don't buy all the Pokemon cards.